wonder if they're able to change the rules on the ancient skins.
The agent skins?
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain heard ancient skins, and I'm like, what do you mean ancient skins?
My brain added in ancient skins, even though they're agent skins, because I don't know. Ooh, dirty on the right click here. Hold on. DJ wins it for Nouns.
I can't imagine they would change it unless they add some sort of option where you can have the enemies look like default models, but your team look normal. Which I think they could do in future to try and boost sales, but I think CS integrity, competitive integrity, is more important for a game like CS than having cool-looking models. But I can appreciate them. I own 2 of them myself, so.
I collected every single one.
Oh my god. Why?
I don't know. Collecting things make happy brain chemicals go burr.
Dopamine.
Right.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of magic cards in my closet. I don't know.
I feel like CS is one of those games too where like it actually matters. Whereas like Dota and Valorant, like you could put wings on someone, it doesn't really affect the game that much.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
hold on, pistol round. Start to things for Nouns. Wait a minute. Bang, just getting put down. Carson, good kill. Hold on. Cryptic, 1 versus 3 now. Big massacre in mid. Carson gonna peek into Cryptic here. Calls in the backup. Calls in the full pain train. Cryptic with the first. Doubles up with Ecclesia.
No.
Oh, he's gonna run out of ammo though. He gets the time to reload. Out of health, out of luck. Junior gonna pick him off.
Just no respects him.
Yep. Hello.
Headshot out of I'm really bad at remembering these names. If one more headshot had come out of that Glock, that would have been a very fun time. I don't know.
It's better than LAG, where we literally have Nick X and NIC, like Nicks, and YYX. There are 2 players called Nicks. And you just have to kind of be like, all right, one of them would rather be called by his first name. Big push for ramp once again. Carson picking up the first, and CJ could cover his back. Now Boss going to be bottled up on Cat here. So, okay, all right. This is just Nouns all day. I brought it up last game where it's like, do you force on second round? I guess that was more, do you force on CT if the T side wins the pistol? Now we've got...
I am actually a fan of doing that. I think it is a very underused tactic, because the amount of times you can convert the rounds because you have a decent weapon that you can just run and gun with. I suppose I don't exactly play at this level of Counter-Strike, but I do think it's a good tactic, regardless.
As strong as the SMGs are right now, like buying that MAC-10, buying that MP9, flashes, Carson gonna trade 1 for 1 here off the bat. It's gonna give Boss a lot of control over towards mid. Cryptic gonna just creep up over towards Red Room. Wait, good kills here as well. CJ takes down 1, but Ponalone on the trade. Incredible trade fragging here by Boss to keep themselves in this one, and Cryptic gonna take down Junior. Take the advantage here for Boss. Might see things off to the races a little bit sooner than last game here.
Yeah, I mean, with minimum loss bonus, I want to say they're kind of forced to try and go for this as much as they can, although I don't think they're going to be able to do it. If they somehow won this round, it would give them up to 4 rounds, maybe even 5, pretty easily.
Especially on the SMGs. Okay, Clasia's going to switch out for the M4.
Yeah, the bomb's too far gone at this point. I can't imagine they're going to go for this. A saved M4 is better than a saved MP9.
Ooh,
oh no, they are!
Clasia has the kit. If he sticks he's able to get it. Oh no, Cryptic gonna get him through the smoke. And Boss gonna win the round, but they're both gonna lose their lives in the process.
Okay, well, it feels like a
hard reset for both teams here.
Yeah, it feels like a pistol, just after a pistol round at this point. They're definitely making the right call and buying here because all players going down, obviously. They do have rifles to contend with, but they're not going to have much in the way of util on the side of boss, so we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out because that's really interesting.
Ooh. Big, fast push up ramp for boss here. Junior going to be here to try to stop this. He's the only one here. He gets taken down right off the bat. Alone with the kill. Plasia with the trade. He might be able to get away with it too. Oh no, CJ picks up 2, picks up a 3rd. Freshie gonna be all alone now. He's down the nade to try to break out of cave. He will be able to, but he needs to pick up bomb. He doesn't have a lot of time. Nouns are about to converge on his location. Ooh, Freshie might have the angle here. Might have the timing. Takes down CJ. The rest of Nouns are gonna converge on his position. Both players inside of cave. Oh, Freshie gonna get the first. George taken down. No, Freshie
Oh my
gonna double it
god,
up.
Freshie. God.
It kind of played that weird. They just gave him 1v1s, but CJ almost saved the round.
Yeah.
If you saw what they did there at the start, they double pushed A main, no one's there. They double up donut, and like, I feel like that's not a bad play because when you clear A main, and even if there is a guy there and he runs away, it's not like all 5 of them are just gonna run out A main after you leave. So you have like a solid 30 seconds to just kind of stack mid and B before you even have to worry about A again.
Yeah. But it is going to be the full save now for Nouns. Reset back to nothing. Fang. Open things up with the entry here. Should be the round for boss. Ooh, yeah. That's going to be George taken down as well. That should open up B bomb site for business here. Nouns with the USPs. There's a 5-7 in the hands of CJ, but he is kind of off on his own here at the corner to mid.
I mean,
Elbow.
as much as I want to say it's pretty well, there you go. I was gonna say, as
There
much as I
goes
want
the
to say it's pretty
5-7.
much over. There was the game on Ancient where I forget which team it was and which player, but the 4K with a 5-7 on an eco round that pretty much just shut down the other team completely.
Ooh.
It's you don't expect it, but there's definitely moments where you can be sobered by a pistol and shown just how scary they can still be in the hands of really good players.
Junior still can't afford an op.
Not good. I also want to point out that was 2 kills going over to the Mac 10, so that's a lot of extra bonus money going over to Ponalone to speed out that op for boss. And also interesting, they're not going to go for the bonus round. They're going to fully rifle up here against the M4, mostly M4s and Nouns. So this is about as full buy as we're going to get for a few rounds. Going to be an important round to win. Oh, the MP9 jumping in. Plasia going to pick up 2. And boss now going to be hunted down. Carson picking up 1 as well. And George with a kill on the Freshie. Absolute massacre on Cat and in Cheetah. And now Fang is all alone. Well, I was going to say that felt a little bit risky, but pretty great aggression by Nouns. Now they just have to not give Fang the 1v1s again. But that nade hit, so they should know that he is here from the sound cue as the smoke fades. Fang just going to peek out. Oh, spots the bomb, but Nouns are here as well. Junior, Carson.
I mean, this round is pretty much over, so...
This feels a little far back for CJ to be holding, but... I mean,
I just noticed that too.
I was just looking at the map and I'm like, wait, why is CJ back in spawn? No, he's not AFK.
He's covering A and mid from a flank here, which I guess is valid, but I feel like you could have maybe done that from a bit of a closer position, because you could lose that rifle pretty easily.
But Carson gonna clean it up.
I feel like I talk about it constantly because I see Ancient so much, and even in ESCA, I have to constantly talk about it because it keeps happening. But the battle for mid control on this map is so important to the CT side. And because of that, obviously giving up map control is never a good thing for the Ts, but you really do have to try and give it your all, and it's going to be a disconnect, okay?
Yeah,
You
well,
have
I
to give
saw
it
the
your all in
technical
trying to...
pause.
You have to give it your all in trying to maintain that mid position, because it gives the CT so much opportunity to aggress, so you can't leave it uncovered if you're the T side. If you're the CT side, you can't afford to let the T's get mid control, because then Donut's open, then you've got mid open, you've got... So much map control relies on this mid position that it is the main talking point of every early round. And you see CT side from a lot of top teams. They'll send 2 people over the shelf, 1 person in mid, and then have 1B, 1A, and just bank on getting those kills in the shelf lane. It almost feels like every round goes the exact same when you're talking about mid on Ancient. It's very rare to see someone push through the smoke and try and get a kill.
My
It
favorite
kind of
has
just feels like
been
deadlock a lot of the time.
My favorite has been watching LAG because they'll just send 3 players on CT out mid to really fight this, and like one will probably go into cave, one will probably go into cubby, and one will try to jump up. They'll get the usual smokes down for elbow, but like it's always hilarious to me. Like you'll see the teams that play one player aggressively out temple, one player aggressively ramp, but like no, lag is just like no, mid, 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 mid.
Yep. I think that is one of the weaknesses that make Ancient so repetitive to watch, is just the mid control is constantly... It's the same every time, and even when you see like T aggression out mid, it's still just kind of same smoke, same strategy, same everything.
You have a good boost here. Fang might spot Carson. Always going to spot one at least, but CJ going to put him right back down here. Nouns winning the trades. 3 versus 2 now. Freshie and Ponalone trying to make something of this round. You have bomb in hand. They could try to go for A. There's only 1 player toward that way. It does look like that's going to be the conclusion on this one. There's a solid minute 10 left. So enough time for Nouns, for Boss to definitely put something together. TJ going to be on hand to deal with this. Here's the smoke go down behind him. He's going to call in the rotation. Junior now coming on in through mid. Is she going to have to spot these players here? Spots the first in CJ, but CJ going to win the trade. Onalone does manage to take it back, but Junior going to clean up. Going to be Nouns with 4. It's also going to reset Boss back to basically nothing. They could force up here. They've got the pistol armor money. And the loss bonus is looking like maybe they want to buy down to 0. We'll see.
Yeah, they're just going to be setting themselves up for the next round with their... Probably the tier 2 loss bonus, I think. Yeah, tier 2 loss bonus.
Yep.
They're
We've got
mostly
the-
just making sure they can secure AKs.
We've got the Tech 9 here on Fang. Oh, Carson just
Okay.
ripping down 2. Lasia, it's... Never mind. All right. Absolute just devastation here in the mid lane. The pistols unable to get anything done. Boss going to fix up their money. We'll get the buy. We'll get the pause in as well to figure out the strategy, and then we will head on in. So I'm definitely looking at Sumphus's chat, and I'm like, I can't tell whether his chat likes our casting or not.
I mean, it's the internet. You're always going to have... People that are critical are always going to be more critical and outspoken than the ones that are like you. That's what I find, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like going
louder
to a food
voices.
place. Like, the people leave one-star reviews way more than people leave 5 a lot of time.
Yep.
I mean, the people who leave 5 are the people who are going to come back, so...
Yeah.
You take criticism with a grain of salt when it's from someone you don't know. If they're going to be constructive and actually offer you ways to improve your casting, then that's fine. But most people
But not
will
just
say, oh, you suck. And,
This
yeah.
caster suck. Stop yap. Just watch
Yeah.
game.
But you
Caster
could also
start
have a
game.
preference too. Like some people like really like people that are like really high energy. Some people like low energy. You can't cater to both.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I prefer lower energy than like the super yelling. Like some of those like Portuguese Brazilian people, they just going ham in their like and like dude. Don't get me wrong, respect that they can do that, but that's not my vibe.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking at your
Yeah.
chat. Hemi, tell them they are doing good. Thank you, Hemi. I appreciate that. I've only been
Uh,
casting about a year, so any criticism about how I can do better, I will absolutely take. I try to watch back my own VODs as much as I can to try to figure out where I could inject more, but like there are two people I could grab for the Nouns games, make this a lot more interesting, and I'm like,
mm,
yeah, this will be great.
yeah. Well, the first time I ever got, I guess, quote unquote criticism was followed up by the same person saying they were edging to my voice. So fun.
Twitch chat, not be
Yeah.
weird, challenge impossible.
It's it's
I've had that too, though. Like, I've
it's
definitely
so
had people in
weird.
chat be like, wow, your voice is so sexy. Like, okay, thanks.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this round. Honestly, I don't really feel bad about not saying much about the round. It was kind of standard and boring, but we should still focus on the game.
We should. I mean, you're
Oh,
definitely right that there can be casters that spend too much time talking about irrelevant things, kind of like we just did. Uh, but
yeah. Look, I feel there's perfect times to be talking about stuff. The thing that really grinds my gears with casting is when there's active stuff going on, like what probably was happening there, where we kind of just ended up talking over boss trying to save their round. I think there's plenty of stuff that you can talk about, but it is easy to get caught up with just casual chatting. But looks like boss are going to be pushing in through Cheetah.
Yep.
Glacier's going to shut that down immediately, and there's going to be more players to go in, but they're going in one by one.
Ooh, and Darty gonna get the trade.
Luckily
That
gets
might
the
actually be rewarding boss with something here. No, Junior gonna put down 2. George with 1 as well. George with 3. I'm sorry, and just Nouns obliterate the pistols. So 7 on the CT side. I will say that I'm really unsure of what the side to look for on Ancient is. I feel like a lot of times you see the T side, some of the nades on Ancient are so simple, especially for B site. A site is a little bit more interesting, but it's always funny to watch CT side where no one gets placed A, and T side just kind of walks in through A main. They're like, hey, nobody's here.
Yeah, a lot of teams leave it open, but it's kind of because A site is very irrelevant unless you go for it from the start of the match.
Yeah.
Like, there's still obviously the late rotate options, but I feel like they very rarely present themselves in matches like these.
Don't like this from Boss. They're getting bottled up here. Glacia now... Oh, he's got Bomb, too. He's got Bomb, and there's only 2 left for Boss. And they're both trying to hunt down from Cat. This is going to be a tough sell here for Boss. Junior in position. Everybody's ready to watch this. Top. Oh, it lets them pass, and Glacia going to be eating the dust as a result. Cryptic with a good kill to bring it back to 2 versus 3. There's still enough time for Boss to rotate over as well, but they want to force their way into B. Oh, Junior can't fail again. The nade going to be seen. Cryptic going to be taken down.
Oh.
Junior going to double up just to clean up the round. Bring Nouns to 8. Boss going to be stuck on 3. They do have a money for a decent buy here, but it's not going to be anything to write home about. We do have the Galil and the buys here for Freshie, Cryptic, and Fang, and a Mac 10 for Ponalone.
I was about to comment on how we're seeing a bit of a more calmed down and slow-paced Junior coming in with that AWP, as opposed to yesterday, getting kills through Molotovs and stuff. But as I said that, it was immediately rolled back when he just starts running around getting all the kills.
Well,
32 though.
very fast opening here. Boss going to be stuck on 2 players left, Fang and Cryptic versus 3 for Nouns. You have CJ down on less than 50 HP, so that's a very killable player for Boss to try and win this 4th round. Otherwise, this comeback is going to be rough. The half was looking good at the beginning, but Boss are having trouble really finding more than a few in a row here.
Glacier's timing here is so important because he's pushing into Donut, but they're ready for it. So if he continues this aggression, which he might once his teammate comes up through mid,
Well,
they
Fang
should know
is...
that they've got them locked down into Donut now, or that they've already gone B, which looks like that's what they're guessing. Oh, Boss has just slipped by completely.
Oh no, Nouns have overthought themselves. Also, I saw that
The smoke sound
Sunfist
cue just
blue
gave it
screen.
away. Oh, really?
Yeah. So Bomb gonna
Yikes.
go down in the most crucial of moments here in the end of the half, and it could be the round for Boss. After plants look good. I like the pushed up spot by Cryptic here. He's gonna have the early warning of the players coming in, the nades that might come in. But no, oh, he's just taken down. Claysia just gonna rip him apart. It's just gonna be Fang, and Donut is smoked. It is gonna clear, but oh no, hang on. Fang with
Okay,
one.
well.
PJ with the trade. PJ, the actual king on this round. Defused to come in 9-3 in favor of Nouns on their CT side. Just look at the rounds. Just like, man, Boss found one. Oh, they're gonna keep going. They got the lead and just slipped away. Well, so what is the comeback potential here for Boss? To get the pistol.
Well, I think a lot of it relies on the mid aggression, which blah blah blah. It's been said to death, but they really do need to try and capitalize on the shelf position to try and get the control of lane towards B. Because even after the smokes have dissipated, if you can get full control of B lane across to shelf, then you've pretty much locked down the entire B site and you can afford to send more players over towards A.
Regardless, it is going to be that old classic. It all comes down to the pistol. It's not a situation you want to be in, but Boss, see if they're able to make some magic happen here on their CT side. Ooh, 3 players sent A for Boss. That seems risky, but I guess we're going to get wraps on wraps here. Freshy and Cryptic just heading on through main. This could cause a lot of damage here in Donut.
Ooh.
Cryptic finds the first. Junior going to be taken down. That's going to be called out, and now Nouns are going to start to get bottled up. They realize that they need to make a move, and Darty can take down the first. Now Nouns are going to realize they're caught as 2.
If
Don't
they
know
can
if
try
Boss
and
is...
push out Shelf here and find Cryptic, they could go towards A because... Who is that? Carson has managed to find all the way through Donut to CT spawn.
Yeah, there's a solid a minute left on the round, so there's definitely enough time to go in for
Well.
the rotate, but not if that happens. Now all
Yeah.
Carson can do is just try to find all the kills he can get. 1 versus 5, and well, maybe he'll get at least one. Ponalone lit down to 3 HP. Good damage done, and there's the first. It all starts with the 1. P2000 picked up, and Freshie not going to let him have any more. So it's a very good start to things for Boss.
Honestly, I think that round was over the moment those 2 players went down, and with hindsight, you can say that very easily, but with only 35 seconds to play with, getting 1 kill, suddenly all of the Boss players were so spread out that even if you cleared your angles, you'd still never be safe.
We have a pause now, and I wish I had like instant replays, because being able to see like everything that happened from the players that snuck through main into mid. Just, it would have been amazing to have, but we don't have that technology. I mean, obviously it exists, but I
We
don't
don't
have
have
it.
it.
I don't have it set up.
Well, you need about 3 different observers, making sure you've got real-time spectating, highlight spectating, and someone recording for the post-match B-roll. And I
Yeah,
think there's even more at some of the bigger events, so definitely not something you can do alone. Even with 2 people, it's very difficult.
bit of a long pause.
Hello?
Hello, we have Semphis back.
He's joined the call? I'm not too sure though.
Okay. I guess talking about other games, it looks like the Elevate versus Take Flight game is going to be rescheduled for later because weather in the U.S. right now is certainly affecting things. Keeping is having some power issues, which are a little bit unfortunate, but that's not the game we're casting right now. I'm gonna be observing the exact
Okay,
wrong
well,
spot here as Freshie takes down 2.
uh, yeah,
All right,
Junior's
so
boosted up to try and find something, but the smoke should clear on their side first, and they're both gonna get caught out. And Cryptic's gonna close out the round, and Boss suddenly have a very good opportunity here. If they can shut down this next T round, which... Oh, they don't even have enough to buy off the back of that. It was a full force on the second.
yeah, with a successful conversion, could definitely find themselves within striking distance of
Mm.
Nouns. Now things start to get interesting. Not quite the comeback yet. See how the first gun round goes, but if Boss can win that, then we're gonna have something exciting. Although, look at this. Wait a minute. 1 player down for Nouns, and they do back it right off. I'll send a sizable portion of their force over toward the A bomb site. Darty all alone towards B, lit down to 14. There's only 1 left. It's CJ. He's got bomb at least. He could
Well,
find
not
himself
for
a
long
bomb
by the
site.
looks of it.
True.
Yeah, he's just being close and from all angles. Nothing can be done here. And,
Players from every angle.
yeah. Well, a 9-6 scoreline's definitely one that they can run with here, because obviously Ancient, I would consider a C2-sided map. But with that mid control, we haven't really seen the opportunity for Boss to really show how they're going to try and control mid. But I'm guessing it's going to be a default smoke to the bottom of mid to try and stop the T's pushing. But they are actually only sending 1 person over there, and they just drop a Molotov. That's all they drop. Oh, there was the smoke from spawn, so my apologies.
Yeah, the
But
smoke.
they are playing it passively from Donut, and it looks like there's going to be a duel here. Totally making a lot of noise.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be put down as a result. Oh man, Junior and Carson find themselves completely open on the A bomb site. Wait a minute.
Gambling 3 people over to that B side, it makes sense, but it's kind of been punished here because they didn't have 2 people mid.
Bomb is
Suddenly the
down.
donut
George is hurt
position
inside of
is...
Donut. Oh, Freshie not gonna risk it.
Yeah, potentially No, we shouldn't be seeing a save here from Boss. They can't afford to lose this round. They've got plenty of money to buy up next.
At 4
But it looks
versus
like they will
5.
go for the save. They don't have the confidence in it to try and go for a retake here.
Oh man, that's gonna hurt. They'll have the money. Ponolone's gonna have his op next round, so at the very least, there's that silver lining. But if I'm Boss in this situation, I'm feeling quite stressed.
Yeah, I mean, that round's gonna sting just a little bit because, I mean, given they've saved a lot of stuff coming into the next round, they've even got enough to drop Ponalone and AWP off of Fang, potentially. But it looks like Pernalon's going to end up buying the AWP himself, which is interesting because he's going to have to forgo utility when Fang had plenty of money to buy him the AWP. So hopefully your lack of utility, even though it is only 2 things, hopefully a lack of flashes doesn't affect Pernalon too much in this round.
Alright, full gunbound now. Darty gonna be sticking with that MP9. Okay, Pernalon picks up 1. No, it's even trades. But Nouns still gonna push over toward the A-bomb site. Rotations for Boss, they'll be in the neighborhood very quickly, but Junior says no to Cryptic.
Ooh.
Nope, Junior says no.
Well,
Junior got this. Double kill.
what is this Dirty trying to... Dirty just drop... What did Dirty drop to pick up that FAMAS? Oh, it was an MP9, right.
Yeah, he did have the MP9.
Well, he is being hunted a little bit.
Yeah, Carson's here. Well, he's
I think
gonna be
even though Darty checked
and
it, he just wasn't ready for that player to peek.
He's gonna be completely discouraged from A, but that's not gonna stop him from trying to track down Carson, and he will get that kill.
I was gonna say, there's no way he runs through T-spawn and actually manages to find the difference here.
If he gets the double here, that would be huge, but I don't think that's happening.
I didn't think about the double. I thought of him running through T-spawn being just far away enough to not be heard and managing to get to the bomb in time. It was possible, but I think without the info that where both players are, it's definitely a risk that it wasn't worth taking.
So 11 rounds for Nouns. That's gonna be...
Yeah,
there was
definitely see
possible comeback.
The mistake of Pernalon buying himself the AWP has come back to haunt him quite a bit because he's got like $2,000 to play with. There is still an AWP drop though from Daddy, who's gonna stay with the FAMAS.
So one real
Even
quick
seeing
thing.
Organ Freshie.
What do you think of the new drop UI for picking up things your teammates send you? Wait,
I think
it's going to be a not live?
Really good. Potentially.
This is a not live. Okay, let's talk about the drop UI.
I mean, nothing bad comes from it.
So one thing I really like is, I haven't been watching the players drop each other weapons, at least not specifically, but it's like, I want to drop an op for the player that's all the way over there. All right, I'll drop it in the opposite direction and then have them pick it up through the UI. Like, I don't know, I think you can have a little bit of, it could be really good. The other thing that's
nice... no, what is he doing?
Wait, what?
Why is he knifing his teammates?
It's not live.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's... Okay, I thought that if any damage happens at all, then...
They probably already said it, though. Like, it's probably, like, said. You just can't read what they say, and the admin probably said, like, 1 sec.
I mean, that's true, but I think it just complicates things, because even at the major, we saw crash tech pause, but one of the players had fallen down off overpass and done damage to themselves. And that was enough for the admins to be like, okay, well, we're really considering not redoing this round because of that.
I guess we'll see what happens. But the one nice thing
I'm not necessarily saying that they have just forced this round to play out, but it's definitely... It's complicating things where you might have an admin who rules that you damaging your teammates is a little bit stupid.
Maybe. I will say that the one nice thing about the drop UI is if you have teammates that decide to drop weapons outside of the map, as long as you're close enough to spawn, you can still pick them up.
Yeah, I think it's definitely for the casual player base, because if you have an AWP on one side of the spawn and you've got a competent team, that's going to find its way to the other end regardless of, you know, what's happening.
Yeah.
But for casual players who sometimes you're wanting to drop them, but they don't exactly understand that you've dropped them, which has happened to me a few times, and it's very frustrating.
Where you're not paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how some of the players get to the elo they do in Premiere. And then obviously just casual matchmaking, you get put against people of all skill groups, which is a majority of the time very, very low. So
And
I don't mind it for casual play because I think that's just fine in pugs. I'm kind of an elitist though. I feel like if Simple wants to go for banana pick on Inferno and you accidentally drop the op, like no one can grab it and it ruins his pick. That's like on you, you know,
I
like.
mean, realistically, how can you drop the AWP in a way that it's not going to be grabbable by anyone? I feel like you'd have to
No,
be doing
not
that on
anyone, but like the
purpose.
timing, you know, like if you throw it
Yeah,
too
but
far away.
it's,
Some
I
people you'd be
guess for
surprised. They just
things
like chuck
like,
it.
I guess for maps like Dust 2, where there's such a big variance in how far away players are, it's definitely
oh,
a bit of an issue, because if you drop it and you've got a B spawn and everyone else has got an A spawn, you're not going to be able to throw that far enough.
Yeah,
In
I don't
that
know.
case,
I'm
where
a,
random spawns are a thing, I don't think it's a bad thing. Where spawns are set like Ancient, I feel like it's just kind of pointless to have it.
I'm a really big fan of like making things easier for new players. I just think at like a high level, I
Yeah,
like when they get punished for things they should be
yeah,
doing.
hmm
yeah.
I will say on Ancient specifically, if the weapon falls under the water, a lot of the times they can be hard to find.
Yeah, it's true actually.
Yeah. I think definitely something I despise about this map is how the C2 spawns work. If you've got one player who's spawned to the left and wants to go mid, and you've got one player who's spawned to the right and wants to go B, they're going to hit each other regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And it drives me nuts because I get body blocked all the time.
Alright, what do we got here? We got George gonna pick up the entry. Cryptic gonna be unlucky eating the dirt there. There's still 2 players on this B-bomb site here for Boss. And we do have the rotation coming in for Fang as well. Ponalone picks one up to even things back out. Nouns, they don't care though. They're gonna push in for this B-bomb site all the same. See if Ponalone is able to keep his nerve up here. Oh, the AUG not going to be getting anything done, but Famas with the trade and Fang with one as well. 2 versus 2. Carson makes it a 2 versus 1. Now Ponalone with all of the work to do. Got the tool for the job in a 1 versus 2 here. Oh, but Junior's got one too. Nouns going to find themselves on 12.
Well, I think there is something to be said about Boss coming back from EPL being a little bit tired.
Yeah.
I can understand being tired, but I feel like it's something you kind of got to learn to play around. So it's definitely not a big excuse in terms of them losing.
Like,
But
even
their
worse.
performance today is definitely being affected.
Yeah, even worse for Boss though is like, all right, you came back from EPL, like you're fighting for those playoff spots, and like it's not like they're. I mean, I guess the one thing they can feel. Never hold on a sec. Darty is like, I'm not done yet. I didn't hear no bell. But the one thing they can feel pretty good about is at least they're not fighting to not be relegated. They're just fighting for what playoff spot they're going to get. They might not get to skip the first round, but at the very least, they'll probably still be in playoff contention with enough time to set their heads on straight and make a good showing. With the early pick, hey, we might still be here for a little bit. Cryptic, ooh, George gonna peek in.
Okay, well.
AK gonna win the fight.
Funland got burnt really bad there, down to 32 HP.
No, there's only 2 players on this B-bomb side as well.
Okay.
Darty, though, gonna make it look good for Boss. But CJ with the trade. Look at this, George on the other side of things as well. Just gonna take Ponalone's head right off. That's the B-bomb
Fang
site.
could be a really important factor here because... Oh, the timing. Clayja actually finds the timing on that. I expected him to sneak in behind and just kill them all, but Freshie 1v3 to try and close it out. They'll stop it closing out, I guess.
Doesn't have a kit. Oh, he doesn't.
Not with
he
the way
does
he's
have
getting
armor,
wrapped
though.
right now.
Yeah.
With the way he's getting wrapped right now, I can't imagine he wins this.
Well, that was
He's got 2
gonna be
angles on
called
the
out.
opposite. Yeah.
He had the read.
Did, but killed the first, and everybody knows where you are. Nouns Esports gonna close it out, 13-6. I'm gonna switch off to cameras.